Well, some of the biggest news in science this year, as reported in Science News magazine, sort of, if you older people might remember weekly readers in elementary school, the weekly reader of scientists uh, reports the big news of the neutron star collision, a binary star system, which means there are two, and 50% of all the star systems in the universe are binary star systems. And so it wouldn't be surprising that two neutron stars might be orbiting each other and they might gravitationally suck each other in. Well, they collided head on and caused all of this data to come streaming out. And the guys, two guys at Caltech that headed up the determination that we really did see this happen, got Nobel Prizes for detecting gravity waves. Very important, as I said in my last post, to proving that another proof that Albert Einstein, his theory predicted these things would be out there, and we'd need something very gravity causing, like a black hole or a neutron star, which is the next best thing. Well, there are some things that we need to look at about this. Cosmic mysteries unlocked. That's true. This really happened. The data is amazing. It's wonderful stuff. But you got to look at this and sift out the data versus the opinion that was going on. It's true. Now, here's interesting, is the data did vanquish some theories about the universe, got rid of a whole bunch of them because this data contradicted theory. I wish they'd do that all the time, especially with evolution, but let's move on. It says here the mysterious dark energy that makes up about 70% of the universe. Okay, so they don't understand 70% of the universe, so they called it dark energy. And dark energy is just discussed a lot in this article and in Scientists. Don't forget, the head of physics at Yale University says dark energy is just code for we don't have a clue. So again, they don't know what's going on, so they just called it dark energy and they feel better about it. Kudos to the chair of physics at Yale for going ahead and telling people that. I think that's intellectually honest. But they're talking about mysterious dark energy. You got to separate fiction from fact. What did they actually see? What did they actually detect? And what is the data? And what is the opinion? Dark energy, I'm sorry, is still imaginary, but it's their answer to why the universe is pulling apart as fast as it is. And the data here really helped to measure that. The source of this collision was in another galaxy, 130 million light years from Earth, and they just had to do this. Take a look. It began its journey in the midst of the Cretaceous, when life forms capable of building the detectors wouldn't have arisen for another millions of years. Oh, they just had to bring Darwin into it. Yes, they did. They couldn't resist it. Again, that's totally conjecture and goes against much of the science fact that we know about the world. Well, anyway, let's see here. The sensitive devices detected it. There was a bright gamma ray burst, X-ray burst, colorful light came out of it. The big thing, though, was a ripple in the fabric of space-time was emanating out. And if they hadn't had 3 different detectors on the Earth all trained on that part of the sky at once, they wouldn't have been able to triangulate the 130 million light-year distance. So that's really cool stuff. Okay, now, let's see. Now, here's the conjecture. Let's see. The scientist researcher guy says, my wedding band emerged from a neutron star merger. Okay, now they've always had troubles figuring out how could there be heavy metals like gold in the universe, because their stellar evolution theory only accounts for for iron as being the heaviest thing possible, and then a supernova star could make elements heavier than iron, element number 26. But there's just not enough supernova stars. And so they're thinking, oh, it's these neutron star collisions that made all the heavier elements. So that's totally this R process that's a theory that they talked about requires a super dense collection of neutrons for it to happen. So the fusion could happen to fuse smaller nuclei into bigger nuclei, like gold element, I think it's 79, and lead element 82. But to say something like this is a real leap, and it's cool for them, but they shouldn't say things fanciful like that off the cuff, because it makes everyone think that that theory, the R process, and that all heavier elements came from neutron-star collisions is true. They don't really know that. Let's see. Well, it did rule out a whole bunch of other things, that alternatives to the universe theories, that other than dark energy being real. And what about white hole cosmology by Dr. D. Russell Humphreys? Did it rule out that? You know, according to the Bible, which Dr. Humphreys' white hole cosmology theory is consistent with, God stretched out the heavens as a curtain. He stretched out the heavens as a tent upon a pole to dwell in. He arched the heavens. He bowed the heavens. He arched the heavens across the north place. There are like 15 or so verses that indicate that the way God made the universe was by stretching space, stretching the heavens. Literally, the Bible says that. He stretched the heavens. And now we see the heavens are stretching still, which explains a lot of the unexplained phenomena of the universe. And we creationists believe that is what dark energy is. It's the hand of God. They don't know what else to call it, so they're calling it dark energy. Actually, it's not the dark side, it's the good side, and it's God. Well, I'll do a little more follow-up on this new discovery in science. I don't want to make my videos too long, but keep thinking, and enjoy the snow where you are too. Stanton, Virginia looks like a HO train scale town, or like Bedford Falls, and it's a wonderful life today. And well, school's opening 2 hours late, which gave me time to say hello to you. God bless, and keep thinking, Dr. Jackson.